friends, Dean here with Escape Gaming. Today I wanted to kind of go over my top games, or 9 games of the year for 2013. Now again, as I've stated in a couple other rants I've done, I haven't had the opportunity or privilege really to play a lot of the wonderful games that are out there. Like I missed completely out on Splinter Cell Blacklist, which I'm sure I'd love. Many other great games that are out there that I probably have missed. I haven't even got to play the new Assassin's Creed Black Flag yet. That might have made my list, who knows. Battlefield 4 I haven't had a chance to play. I played just a couple minutes of the opening of the campaign just to check the graphics out, which look amazing. Who knows, that might have made that list. We all have our own criteria for how we pick and choose the games, but I wanted to kind of tell you the games that I like, the ones that had made an impression on me for 2013, and then I'll also tell you of a few of the games that I've pre-ordered and I'm looking forward to for the year ahead. So none of these games for 2013 that I've played are in any particular order as far as which ones I think are better than others. I'm just going to list them kind of, in a casual order, and I'll leave probably the last one or two will be obviously my favorites. But I'll start off with one that I got on Xbox Live Arcade. It might have been on the PlayStation Network as well, and that's Call of Juarez Gunslinger. A fantastic game that was surprisingly really good. I mean, I have a whole bunch of these Trials, Evolutions, and other wonderful Xbox Live Arcade games and PlayStation Network games that I enjoy downloading and playing, but none of them have made the impression on me of Call of Juarez Gunslinger. This is a game that I'd easily pay $60 for on a disc if it was available. I think I got it for a whopping $15, and it's a wonderful game. Some of the best arcade shooting I've ever seen. It's almost like a return to some of those old arcade games that I played years ago at the arcades. It has a very arcadey video game style to it, but at the same time, wonderful, almost a comic book graphic novel, action and graphics, and a lot of impact with the shooting. I mean, when you shoot people, it's very satisfying. Wonderful sound design. You really feel the shotgun blast. And even the handguns are just incredible. I love the game. I would highly recommend it. You can get it probably dirt cheap even now on Xbox Live Arcade. It's one that will always have a place in my hard drive. Now the other 8 games that I have, I'll start off with Metro Last Light. Now this game was surprisingly good. I've only gotten probably 4 or 5 levels into it, but I could not believe the graphics. This is one I'm anxious to get back to. I actually started playing it and played it for like 3 nights in a row, had a wonderful time with it, and then I got sidetracked by other games, which I'm going to get into. But and I don't have any of the DLC for this, but I was really impressed with Metro Last Light. I also have Metro 2033, but I haven't played that game yet, so I don't really know too much about it. I know that had kind of a mixed reviews on that, although the story was very well accepted. But this game is fantastic, from a very kind of an unknown studio that did it in horrible working conditions, and they produced a gorgeous game. It looks almost like next gen that was on the last gen system. So I love it. It plays and performs wonderful on the Xbox 360. I'd highly recommend it. I'm anxious to get back to it, along with Far Cry 3 and some of my other ones that I haven't finished. Now the other game that everyone has on their list, but I still love the game, and I never played the other ones, is Bioshock Infinite. This game is wonderful. I love the setting of the game, just the lighting, the art direction is fantastic. The action is very satisfying. The shooting is wonderful. It has some very strange and interesting, gameplay elements in there, kind of like Singularity and Wolfenstein, from '09, the remake, where you can have special powers on top of your conventional weapons. So this game is really beautifully done. I still have not, I haven't watched any spoilers on the story because I don't want to see where the story goes, but I'm about right in the middle of the game now, about exactly halfway into it. I love the game. This is another one I'm anxious to finish, and I can easily see why this became some people's game of the year, very easily. Now the next game, people will either laugh or get angry. I'll get a thumbs down for this, but I really like this Walking Dead Survival Instinct. This game was surprisingly good. Now, the game that didn't make the list was Aliens Colonial Marines, another game that I liked. Even though it has its flaws, I enjoyed it as well. And the new Star Trek game, too, was very disappointing. And that game, I would have liked to have had that in my list, but it just didn't make it. It was just mechanically broken. But this Walking Dead Survival Instinct was very fun to play. Wonderful survival horror, very intense, and I'm anxious to get back to this one as well. Surprisingly, it was a very intense survival horror game, and very different from, Left 4 Dead and a lot of the other ones, and even Dead Island. With this new Dying Light that's coming out, I'm anxious to get. Those are much faster paced games. This one you have to really use your head and think and apply some strategy and a lot of stealth to it, so it's very intense. I'd highly recommend this. You can probably pick it up for a song too. This next game I really liked was a Bureau XCOM Declassified. This game definitely makes my top 10 game of the year list, or actually top 8 I should say, or 9. 9 with a Call of Juarez Gunslinger, but and a friend of mine just recently got it on Steam, Cameron, and I saw that his opening 40 minutes or so that he played, he seems to like it, and like Cameron, I'm not a big fan of a lot of RPG type games, and a lot of role-playing type games, but this one is really good. It has a good mix of action and RPG elements. It's one of the finest squad-based shooters I've ever played. It's very immersive. I love the setting, the art direction, graphic design, even the sound design. And I think that a lot of the music in it is very atmospheric. It really captures a wonderful kind of an early sci-fi film from the 50s or 60s. It has a kind of a feel to it. And wonderful visuals. And as you level up, you get more and more powerful. The game kicks ass. I love this game. This game will always have a place on my hard drive. I have some additional DLC that I bought recently and added on. I haven't played it yet, but I'm really pumped about playing that. And this, I would highly recommend if you love squad-based games and you want to level your guys up and control a small squad of guys and kick ass on alien scumbags, you can't beat the Bureau XCOM Declassified. Now here's one of the only next-gen games I actually have on my list that I've enjoyed. It's only because there's been really no other car game that's appealed to me all year, is this new Need for Speed Rivals. I've actually done an impressions video of this, and I really was surprised at how fluid the racing is. It's much more improved over the Most Wanted of last year, and I like it even better than the Hot Pursuit, as much as I like that one. So I'd highly recommend this if you have, especially if one of the next-gen consoles, an Xbox One or a PS4, get Need for Speed Rivals. It's really a lot of fun, very addicting, and very fast-paced. It's a very intense game. The cops are just brutal in this one. The Last of Us. This is a game that I'm just recently playing and having so much fun with this game. This is the game I'm actually going to play probably throughout the New Year's. I've already played a little bit around Christmas and my birthday, and I'm looking forward to finishing this campaign real soon with the downtime that I luckily have right now to play. But I can't recommend this enough. I certainly see why this is many people's and gamers' game of the year. It's, I can imagine where it's going to go from here. I don't know how the story unfolds, but I've seen a couple hours of it on Phil at DSP's videos, and it looks really intense. And the gameplay that I'm interacting with is so cinematic, and it's so wonderful. It's very emotional, and it really grabs a hold of you and doesn't let go. I can only imagine it gets better with with more time. Now this game, when this came out, and that's Tomb Raider, I didn't think anything could beat this game of the year. I've only played the very first Uncharted all the way through, and I've played part of the second one, probably 3.5 hours or so of the second Uncharted. And I like those. I see why people love the Uncharted series, but frankly, Tomb Raider was here first. I played Tomb Raider on the PlayStation 1 back with my Duke Nukem Time to Kill and really loved it. And this new Tomb Raider is a reboot of the franchise, of the Lara Croft character. They did a wonderful job. I cannot wait for this new next-gen or the new PlayStation 4 version of this. I will get it, and I would pay $100 for it. People are already whining, oh, it's $60, it's a ripoff. Look, you're getting an even better game. Now, I can't afford an expensive, Alienware PC rig that could play, one of these that has all the killer tessellation with the hair and all that stuff that I've heard about in the PC version, but this next-gen version that'll be for the Xbox One and the PS4 looks hands down phenomenal. From what I've seen so far, I'm really impressed. I cannot wait to get it and replay this game again. I just haven't had the time to replay it again. And I felt guilty because I have so many games I haven't finished. So I didn't want to replay this yet, but I'm anxious to next year for sure. And I also have a code for this where the whole game is downloaded in my hard drive for my Xbox 360. But I love this game very, very much. They really outdid themselves with it. It has some of the best level design I've ever seen. It's tiered. You get elements that you go up very vertically as well as the expanse horizontally. Wonderful draw distance. Just a wonderful immersive world that you can really have a blast in. Highly recommend Tomb Raider. This game is one of my absolute top games of the year. It's jockeys for the #1 spot. And the #1 spot, is there, everyone already knows how I feel about it, is the wonderful Grand Theft Auto 5, which I actually played yesterday on my birthday. All day I played swilling Budweiser and playing more Grand Theft Auto 5. And I just did, if you're interested, I did a couple gameplay, like half an hour to 45-minute gameplay segments while doing some commentary over this about my love for open world or sandbox games. And you can watch those on my channel. Not everyone likes those, the gameplay videos, but these aren't just gameplay. I wanted to take the time to actually do commentary while I'm playing the game and discuss why I love sandbox games so much. But this game does so much right. It has an incredible gold mine of fun that you can have in it. There's so many ways that you can explore, and with collectibles, wonderful missions, a great concept, which having 3 characters to switch between, wonderful side content, random, very humorous elements in the game throughout, and from what I understand, and online, that's pretty impressive. Initially, they had a lot of problems, but I still have friends that love the online and play it often, and really just can't say enough good about it. So you get your money's worth with Grand Theft Auto 5 for sure. So anyway, those are my 9 top games of the years that I've picked. It doesn't mean that there's others that aren't. The Batman Arkham Origins I have here, that was a good game. And I've only played the first boss, up to the first boss battle, and then I went back to the Batcave and I'm practicing my moves. I think that game is probably more intuitive and more user-friendly, I think, if you've played the other Batman games, which I haven't. So to me, it's very foreign. I'm trying to get used and acclimated with the fighting styles as well as all of the collectibles. It's kind of overwhelming initially if you've never played one of those Batman games. But I love that one very much. I also have, oh, here it is, Lost Planet 3 down here. Another game that I was very excited to play. I haven't even installed it in my hard drive yet for my PlayStation 3. That's another one I'm anxious to play, which I've heard is even better. Mark Bussler said, Dean, if you like, Aliens, Colonial Marines, and I've heard that you do, he said you'll like this one even better. So I'm excited to play Lost Planet 3 based on Mark's recommendation. That's pretty much it. There's many other great games that came out this year. Again, I just didn't have a chance to play them. But these were the ones that I had an absolute ball with. I love playing all of these games and have had so much fun. And who knows, like I said, many other ones could have made that list, but this made my year. Not to mention, my wonderful Return to Castle, Wolfenstein, Operation Resurrection here. That game would be number 10 as far as my fun games I played all year. And I've been playing that all summer. And then recently, where I got my new composite cable set up for my PlayStation 2, I've been playing that more and really enjoy that one quite a bit. I'm also playing a little bit of Duke Nukem Time to Kill, which Mark Bussler is going to be doing a review of the game that I donated to him. God, a couple of years back, 3-4 years ago, I donated the games. Undertow already reviewed it. Mark asked me, what else would you like to see reviewed next to your Return to Castle? And I said, if you get time, when time permits, if you could do that Duke Nukem Time to Kill, it'd be awesome. So he's going to be reviewing that real soon. He also is going to be reviewing the new Air Conflicts Vietnam. And after seeing his little video about his upcoming reviews he's doing, I went, oh, that's right, I forgot all about this game. Went out and bought this. This cost me like $5.61. I had $15 off in coupons from GameStop. And then the game, they just marked it down from $29.99 to $19.99 right now. So I got this game for a little over $5. And it is surprisingly good. I really cannot believe how much fun I'm having with this. It's kind of tricky, the learning curve, compared to other flying sims and games that I have. It's very arcadey. The graphics are a little bit dated, but overall, the models of the planes look very good. The action, the explosions are really cool, and I like the actions. This is one I'm getting into a lot. I'm switching off between this and The Last of Us lately. And, my birthday just came here yesterday, and I had no idea. We've spent so much money lately getting my wife's new car and buying my PlayStation 4 and the 4 PlayStation 4 games that I do have. But I was surprised yesterday to see my wife got me this Call of Duty Ghost t-shirt, and I also have, it's hanging up there, but I also have a little keychain, or it's like a dog tag thing that she also got, that it was included with this, and that's Call of Duty Ghost. I can't wait to play the campaign. I'm not big on the multiplayer. I didn't really care for Black Ops 2 that much, but this one I'm really looking forward to playing. I've had a couple friends that raved about it, so Dean, you really like the campaign in this one. So I'm dying to play the new Battlefield 4 campaign and this, and now I can. So those are going to be hot on my list to play real soon. And I know I have a couple of friends of mine, some of them live fairly close to me, that love this multiplayer, and I see them every single day playing the multiplayer on it. So they're having a lot of fun with it. So it was a nice birthday. I got a couple DVDs. I got the Book of Eli, which I'm dying to watch. I haven't seen that movie in years. And I have The Descendants with George Clooney that's coming soon. Another game, or another movie I saw, God, a year or so ago, whenever it came out at the theater, and I've been dying to watch it again on Blu-ray, so I'm anxious to get that. And but anyway, it's been a wonderful Christmas, wonderful birthday. I'm really happy with the direction that gaming is going. And I have a brief list. I kind of went through this morning to look at what I'm interested in next year, and I have a list here. I'll read them off to you. These are the games that I'm getting. Now, I know a lot of people like the multiplayer with the Division, which does look very good graphically. The new Destiny game, and even the Crew. But these are ones that lean more towards single player that I'm very interested in getting. Like I said, the new Tomb Raider, special edition version of that, where it's been remastered for the next-gen consoles. I'm definitely going to be getting that one. The Thief game, I'm very interested in. The Order 1886 will probably be the latter part of the year. Wolfenstein: The New Order, I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm very highly interested in that. That's going to have a wonderful single-player campaign. Drive Club will be soon, from what I understand. The Witness, I don't know when that's coming out. I'm highly motivated to get that one. Mad Max, for sure. That's the first game that I put a pre-order some money down on. Now that's going to be a huge open-world game. I can't wait for from Avalanche Studios, who did I have a lot of faith in them because they did such an outstanding job with the Just Cause 2. Dying Light is coming out real soon. I can't wait for Dying Light. And there's a couple others. War Thunder is coming out, which I believe is already an existing PC game, an online game. That's the only online multiplayer game that I'm really interested in playing is War Thunder. We get to fly different famous World War II planes and even some other Korean War jets and what have you. And I want to get Splinter Cell Blacklist for sure. I might get Gran Turismo 6. I'm not sure yet. The Crew does look good for multiplayer. I'm considering that one as well. Now there's they brought back Carmageddon, which I never played the original. It's called Carmageddon Reincarnation. I saw that on the list, but they're not sure when it's coming out. And Homefront 2, which I would trip all over myself to go out and buy that one day one. I actually like the Homefront game. Some people didn't care for it. I personally love the premise of it, the story, and I thought it played fine for an FPS. So those are the games that are coming out that I'm getting. There's going to be like Watch Dogs. Looks interesting. I'm going to watch Watch Dogs. I'm not into the heavy hacking. I'm not a real big fan of hacking and a lot of the hacking mini games that are within quite a few games. So I'm going to wait and see the reviews on that. I might get Watch Dogs. I do like the open world aspect of it. The premise of it is interesting, but I'm more of a straightforward action shooting person. The hacking is what kind of throws me up, but we'll see. It could be great. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it, and I think that probably did hurt the PlayStation 4 launch, not having that game out for sure. But anyway, those are the games I'm going to be looking forward to for the year ahead, and as well as I've already announced in some of my other little video vlogs, is I'm definitely going to be getting the old Xbox, the original Xbox. Coming up pretty soon, the next few months, and probably a handful, half a dozen games for that. I'm going to be getting a Super NES to play with my analog TV soon. I can't wait for that. That I'm really excited about. Again, a half a dozen games, probably no more. And then I'm going to be finally getting my Panasonic 3DO and a handful of games for that as well. Which actually the graphics and the textures look better than the PlayStation 1 that came out roughly around the same time, within about a year of each other. So I can't wait for my Panasonic 3DO. If nothing else, it's just wonderful. I'm going to have all of them on display where I can enjoy just looking at the industrial design of each console and unit. Each will bring back their own memories of when those consoles were so popular and new and exciting. So I'm excited to continue sharing my 35 years of gaming with you. I thank you so much for your friendship, for your support for my little channel, and for tuning in. I know some of my videos are a little on the long side, but I know many of you actually enjoy that, and you've told me so in PMs. We like them long. We like it when you go on those long rants. So I apologize to those that don't like it, that prefer the shorter things. I'll try to do shorter ones as well this year. But and I've got many more, Escape to Cinema pieces that'll be coming as I continue to show and showcase my collection of DVDs and TV shows and what have you, and Blu-rays and all that stuff. So I'm excited to show you those as well. And if you like these gameplay videos, I'll certainly do more of them. I'll try to keep them fairly short, but I love doing those. And now that I've got my new PS2 hooked up to my big TV and I can film them in a lot better clarity, I'll be definitely bringing you more of those real soon. So thanks so much, guys. Have a wonderful New Year's. Enjoy whatever systems you're playing on, whether it's a 360, a PS3, or you're fortunate enough to have one of the new, next-gen consoles. Enjoy them. Enjoy them in good health. I'm sure there's many PC games also that would have made the list, but I don't have a PC rig yet that can handle those kind of games. So, there are several that people have talked about. The Stanley Parable, Papers, Please, what's this other one, Return Home, or whatever it's called. They all look very interesting, and I can see why people like those as well. So thanks for your input, thanks for watching, and enjoy your games.